what's up, everybody? Troy to the Max Extreme here.
I'm J3K.
And welcome to a Flashback review. Welcome to a early Monday morning, and hopefully you had this volume cranked all the way
Get your
up
nice cup of coffee.
for this
Get a donut.
morning zoo episode of
WRRX.
But to cap off Predatember, what we've been doing all of September, thought we'd try a little something off-kilter this Monday morning.
Since we talked about the latest Predator film in The Predator, we might as well talk about something that The Predator is linked to.
That's right.
Alien. We'll talk about the latest Alien franchise undertaking.
Yeah.
In Alien Covenant.
Yeah.
That's right. We did this way back when it first came out.
That's right.
And no spoilers, won't bring fans.
Yeah. We pretty much, with the cultural zeitgeist on this one, said it was kind of DS, dog shit.
Yeah.
But find out what we said. We think the interview is, review rather, is still pretty great.
It's fun. It's fun to go back and listen to me get angry. Because I get angry.
Oh, I'm excited to re-listen to this one then, because
There
I
you
don't
go.
remember much about our review or the movie in general, to be honest.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just, why do they keep remaking these?
it's a good question. We should write a letter to our senator or something.
Write a letter
like
to our
that.
senators.
Yeah.
Dear Jim Sasha.
What's up with these sequels?
Come on!
These franchise flicks are going off the rails!
I want original motion pictures and healthcare.
Yeah. So anyway, enjoy our review of Alien Covenant, and join us for Thursday, when we finish up Predatember
With Predators.
Predators.
Put an S on it.
That's it.
Put an S on it.
That'll be the cap off to September. So we'll see you Thursday.
Yeah. Until then, enjoy our flashback starting right now.
Alien Covenant, the latest film from Ridley Scott, continuing his Alien franchise, just dropped this last week. Had a budget of $97 million. Domestically, it's made $42.8 million back. Worldwide, $124.5 million.
Yeah.
So it's making money as of now.
Okay.
And that's, of May 23rd, when I got all these stats.
Gotcha.
Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 72%.
All right.
IMDb has it a 6.9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And Catholic News Service gives it a rating of an L.
What does that mean?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
I'm just going to let it linger.
Lewd.
I think it means limited audiences only.
Fair enough.
But yeah, there you go. I'm really enjoying getting these weird, wacky third ones. So yeah, what happened in Alien Covenant, JT? Or is there, let me rephrase this. Is there anything that you need to watch before into going? Because this is a franchise.
Like, probably Prometheus, but I think they lay out enough stuff where, like, even if you haven't seen Prometheus, you can kind of piece it together.
Yeah, I would say that.
But other than that,
just need to be aware what aliens are.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay. I would say you will have to see Prometheus.
Yeah.
If you're aware of Alien and you haven't seen Prometheus and you see this one, I think you'll be, like, upset.
Well, this is supposed to be a prequel to it.
The bridge.
So, no, it's not a bridge. But, yeah, this is supposed to be, like, before all that shit happens. So, technically, you shouldn't have to see Alien at all. It's just... we'll get into it.
Yeah, we will. So what happened in Alien Covenant, JT?
Did you see Alien?
Yes.
Well, then it's pretty much that.
It's a little different than that.
A ship gets a fucking distress call from another planet, and they go there, and then shit happens.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's Alien for sure. Yeah, before it, the Alien movies all are at a disadvantage because they're all the same, except for Alien 3, which I'll talk about later.
Okay.
But still, like, they all end up, there's a distress call or whatever. They go to investigate whatever it is. Aliens, or chest bursters, or face huggers, and then you have an Alien movie. Like, it's all the same.
Yeah.
There's never any difference.
Or Pollen Black's back splitters. I don't.
Oh shit! But yeah, in this, like, it's so weird, like, that these prequel movies are like adding more continuity to what was like already like a simple, like, kind of premise, like, that started in Alien.
Yeah.
Because, like, it kind of muddies the water a little bit. Because, like, why wouldn't they talk about like a colonization mission that happened? Like, you think that would be like a big deal, right? Because, like, in this movie, that's what they're doing. They're taking the main crew members of what you see in the movie, like, that you see in the trailers, like Danny McBride and all these other people. And then they also have 2,000, like, cryogenically frozen people.
Yeah.
And then also have, like, I don't know, 15,000 embryos that are ready to also go to start this whole colonization mission on this planet, like Origai 6.
Yeah. That's where they're going.
It's like a perfect planet, like paradise or whatever.
Close to perfect. It's like 76% inhabitable,
right?
They say.
And on their way, they hear that distress call.
Yeah. To
go to this other planet,
which is 98% inhabitable.
Right, and why didn't they hear about it? Who knows?
Who knows?
That's a question you're still wondering after the movie.
Who knows?
So they go investigate that after a snafu happens, leaving another man in charge, Billy Crudup.
Yeah.
Apparently James Franco was in this movie for a hot second.
A very hot second. But
did you... Okay, before I go any farther, did you see the reading material you had to see before you went to go see this movie?
No, I saw like the Last Supper type prequel thing where it was just them sitting around a dinner table and there wasn't anything in there where it was like very story, like you needed to see it to get the story. It was just them having dinner, which I mean, it was cool in terms of the character because like, should I just get into this?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay, I fucking hated this movie.
Yeah, it was no good.
I fucking hated this fucking movie. It's awful. Like, I like Prometheus more than this. Because Prometheus fucking actually... This is a movie where it takes a bunch... Like, Prometheus was a movie where they took a bunch of... Like, a dumb character motivations, but actually tried to... in the process, like, tell, like, a different story using the same universe.
Yeah.
This is the same fucking story we've seen a billion times, but with the same dumb fucking characters from Prometheus.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
almost
right.
Dumber, because their responsibilities are so much higher than the ones of the... Like,
yeah! So much higher.
The scientists in Prometheus, you can kind of... Even though it's still dumb, you can kind of, like... justify it in a way where it's like they're these fringe scientists where no one takes them seriously. So like if it comes to a point where like they have to put their life on the line to get their name out there in terms of science, they're more willing to do that. This crew is in charge of so many fucking people,
close to 20,000.
Yeah. They are in charge of so much responsibility, and they do not fucking care.
They throw caution to the wind.
They put themselves in situations where they're putting everything on the line for nothing.
Yeah.
It could be a very simple fix, and they're just like, nah, we're gonna do this. And then when shit hits the fan, where they could possibly be infected with something that could kill the entire crew, they're like, get me on the ship now. No time to explain.
You would think on like a billions of dollars of money went into taking this huge tanker of living beings to another world to repopulate that one.
Yeah.
That they would have a little more care and like finesse and like think like maybe we shouldn't deviate.
They go to this planet that they just discovered, not knowing shit about it except that it's inhabitable, wearing street clothes.
They don't even wear spacesuits in this one.
They wear
just forego it altogether.
Fucking street clothes. The most they wear is some dude wears a flapper hat. And then when shit hits the fan, when like something's infecting them and they get sick, then they're like, we gotta get to the ship immediately. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know if you have this. You could be dying too. Yep. You could be giving what these people are giving each other to whoever's on the fucking ship.
Yeah.
And we gotta get to the ship immediately. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You stay down there. You go in quarantine. You find some other way to cure yourself or fucking make sure that you're not going to kill 20,000 people on a fucking ship.
It's completely ridiculous. Go from Alien, the first film in the franchise, where you have a small group of people, like 6 or 8, I can't remember, 6 or 8 people.
Yeah.
You'll just fucking love them to death.
Yeah.
Because they're such strong characters in what little that they do.
Yeah.
They're super relatable.
Yeah.
And then every film after that, just the characters are dumber and dumber and dumber until you get to like these where you're wrapping around on the other side.
I'm surprised they're not drooling in cups because they're so fucking dumb.
Like they're supposed to be so intelligent, and leaders, and they just make the dumbest mistakes.
Yes.
Like I argued, well, not even argued. I just didn't like the characters in Prometheus, minus Michael Fassbender's character.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was very interesting, but like. These scientists on this exploratory mission just stop caring after they find like vital information. I'm like, what the fuck are you just stop caring after you find all the super interesting information? Like what? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And they're just as dumb, but for a different reason, because they're just like what we said before. They're on this hugely important mission to repopulate, and they're just like, man, let's go check it out. Maybe it's better.
Yeah.
And then let's just go, it's, 98% compatible. Like, the air still could be toxic. Like, there could be huge disease just flying around in the air.
Yeah.
No, they got wheat, so it's okay.
Yeah. Like, the only thing, I like the whole story arc of, Billy Crudup in here, where, he's the captain and no one really respects him.
Yeah.
So he finds his planet and he was like, this is my way to show that I'm good at making decisions, on the fly. Let's check this planet out. But then when they check it out, it's like no one else, even fucking Captain Watterson's character, comes up to her and she's like the Ripley of the movie, where she's like, this is a bad idea, we shouldn't go. Even she goes down there without wearing any fucking protection. Yeah. So it's like, you're not even being a skeptic. You're being just as dumb as he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's also add that the planet that they land on is the planet that Shaw and David are rocketing to at the end of Prometheus.
Yeah.
That's the, engineer homeworld, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the planet's name is called. LV something, something, something. I don't care. But, it's... this movie is, supposed to be a bridge between what happened in Prometheus and, leading into the Alien movies. I don't think it did either one well.
No.
Because, first of all, I think Prometheus screwed everything up. Because, if you wanted to tell that story, it's fine. You wanted to tell more about the space jockeys, so you're making them into these engineer characters.
Yeah.
But, the movie it's a Lindelof movie. He wrote it. And so that's why it's so fucking missing pieces, because he's great at doing that, that you need to, make another thing to, fill in holes and get all that stuff. Yeah. And this tries to do it, but doesn't at all, because it just takes from the end of Prometheus and, rockets it towards, the ending of that. It just cuts that movie off. By not even showing it. Oh, no, Elizabeth Shaw's dead. David's, back.
I feel like with Prometheus, it felt like a movie where they tried to tell a different story in the Alien universe.
But I think it fucked up doing it.
Yeah, but
Because
I think the original idea for Prometheus was to not have the aliens in it at all. And
which would have been better.
Yeah, but then the studio was like, we gotta have aliens in it because it's the alien universe. And which I feel like this is what that movie is. It's like them, like this, like somebody justifying that the reason Prometheus took a shit was because there wasn't enough aliens, not the fact that everyone was retarded in it.
Yeah.
So they were like, just let's make the same movie but with more aliens, like a lot more aliens. And I feel like this is like Prometheus's course correction, where they were like, let's make sure that Prometheus isn't this big like piece of shit that doesn't mean anything, and it's connected to Prometheus, but let's make it all about aliens. Let's not make it about like what could be more interesting, like the universe in general, like this universe that entails these aliens in general, and like trying to like maybe like discover other creatures or discover something that like might be like a cool origin for like this alien, or like to see like where this alien fits in this universe in general.
Yeah.
Like in like a food chain or like in any sort of way.
But in them trying to do that, it completely muddies the water. Like it doesn't it doesn't make anything work. Because like in Prometheus, before even aliens exist, according to Alien Covenant, they have like depictions of the xenomorph on like walls and shit.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't have existed because they were just barely started in Prometheus.
Yeah.
And then you see that, oh, spoilers, David created the proto like xenomorph.
Yeah.
So like it happened after that. And like, so if he created that, like it has to get from there to Alien, where there has to be like them going back to that planet that they go to, having like that spaceship full of eggs. It totally fucks everything up. That's why Prometheus is a huge misstep.
Yeah.
Because then this is trying to like reroute its continuity to do something, but in order to do that, you have to forget about Prometheus, but you can't because this movie is tied to Prometheus.
Yeah, it tells you that Prometheus happened.
Ugh. But, okay, let's go over some things that we liked in the movie. David, I think, is a super strong character. I really enjoy Michael Fassbender in this, both as David and Walter.
Yeah. They're, like, the scenes where he's with himself.
yeah, acting against himself, I think are really good.
It's interesting, but it's like, I've seen... There's so many characters coming out nowadays where it's like they're playing off the God complex sort of character. And I think it's done... Like, even though Michael Fassbender is good in this, I think I've seen that kind of character done better in so many other things. Where it just kind of felt like, well, you're just putting this in here to try to, like, make it seem interesting.
Well, I thought it was interesting, though.
Yeah.
And, well, I liked also, like, that they became the creator. Like, I like that kind of aspect of it. And I actually could use more of that. And what I didn't like in this movie, which, like, I thought about it later, and I guess I don't know any other way it could have happened, is, like, you see that, like, David goes to the engineer planet and just kills them all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it just happened like that.
When they have, like, the movie, like, with Prometheus, where they make them seem like such a big deal, where, like, the main selling point of, like, their sequel to that was, like, we're going to the engineers, we're going to find out why they made us and why they're trying to kill us off, just to get to the point where it's like, well, we're killing them all now.
Yeah, and it just happens like that, and they're all dead.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? They all live in this little circle of a town? That's all of them?
I know! Like, you would suspect, like, maybe someone, like, a fucking, like, patrol on, like, the other end of the planet would be like, something happened in this town. Let someone send someone over to try and figure out what happened. But no, they just all live on this one small point of this one planet. No one gives a shit.
And when he did dump all that black goo, because that's back in this movie, it like wipes out all the wildlife on the entire planet.
Yeah.
And then, because they make reference to that in the trailers, like, why don't you hear any sound?
Yeah.
It's because David killed everything.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
And so, like, then they also introduced, like, black spores in this, which you've seen from the trailer, too.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
It's such a thing where, like, you can't justify it, because it's like, okay, so that came out and it infected this guy. Why didn't it infect this guy that was standing right next to him?
Yeah.
Like, because he put his face so close to it. That's a really shitty way to fucking disperse yourself. That you have to make sure the person his face is directly in front of where you're dispersing these spores for you to actually, like, replicate yourself.
Yeah. And, like, more with that black goo stuff. Like, that is so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because the black goo does different things to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, in the beginning of Prometheus, like, the engineer drinks it and he dissolves and, like, creates life on Earth.
Yeah.
And then other people get it on them and, like, they turn into zombies in Prometheus. And then, like, it also infects that main scientist's sperm, so then it gives, like, a weird octopus creature to Shaw. So what the fuck does it... Or it'll just kill all the life on a planet.
Exactly.
What are you doing? The one thing... another thing I liked is, like, when you got to see, like, David's, like, hovel that he lives in for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Is that, like, he says he's been doing, like, zoology. And so, like, all the things that he has created with this, like, black goo or whatever, he's been, like, drawing it on the walls and, like, pinning it open and, like, having it, like, or just around the place. I'm like, that's creepy and very interesting. And I like that, like, he's just going around and fucking with everything. Like a weird Darwin, like, type character.
Like, he's like, he's this omniscient being that is given way too much time.
Yeah.
Like, he's stuck on this planet for 10 years with nothing but this shit to fuck with, and then, like, things to dissect.
Yeah.
And, like, things to, like, to try and perfect, like, this perfect civilization that he wants to be the god of.
Yeah. And, like, I also, like, you don't see any of Shaw in this movie, except for her, like, splayed open on a table.
Yeah.
And, like, I thought it was a cool idea that he removed, like, her eggs to make the xenomorph, or, like, the facehugger eggs.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool idea, making her, like a proto-queen, I guess, of aliens.
Okay.
But, like, I didn't get that until I read something, like a review
Yeah,
of
I didn't even fucking get that either. I'm just saying okay because I have fucking idea what you were talking about.
Right. So, like, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not going to fucking do homework for a movie.
I know, and that's, like, the same thing with Prometheus. Like, I didn't get what happened in Prometheus whatsoever until I read a wiki, and I don't think that's acceptable. Like, I don't want to have to go and read a freaking wiki article to understand what was going on in the movie, with just what could be pure speculation.
Exactly.
So I don't know, man. Alien Covenant is not working for me.
Yeah.
But so, I think I did like Prometheus more because it was trying to tell a different story.
Yeah.
Even though it's muddied everything up.
It's probably just as dumb, but I respect the fact that they were taking an aspect of Alien and trying to build off of that as opposed to just doing the same shit over and over again of, oh shit, here's an alien, let's run away. Like, I respect that part of it. But yeah, so I will agree that David and Walter, like, together, like, that was really interesting, and like seeing like David and his thought process of like he wants to, like, that whole like beginning scene where it's him and that Wayland together, and then like they have this conversation and you think that it's David putting together that he wants to find out who created the humans, but then it ends up being where it's like, I don't want to see who created humans. I want to be a creator like the humans.
Yeah.
And that's why he's doing all this shit. He wants to be like the Wayland, like, since Wayland was his father, he wants to be a father to something else.
Yeah.
And that's why he's like trying to create this entire species, this alien species. Like, I like that idea. Other than that, this movie fucking sucks in every single aspect. The aliens suck, the action sucks, the horror sucks, the characters suck. Everything else fucking sucks. And I was falling asleep and I could not stand this movie when it wasn't anything with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. A lot of people said, like, Danny McBride is a strong character in this.
I like Danny McBride.
Yeah, I like him. He's not a strong character. He doesn't have a lot to do in the movie.
Like,
but he's likable.
He's the only human in this that he takes risks, but it's calculated risks. It's not like dumb fuck risks like everyone else takes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's calculated risk. I think he's like
the captain of the ship. Well, not the captain of the ship, but like he drives the ship.
Yeah.
So like he's in charge when everyone else is on the planet being dumb as fuck. So like he'll do shit where it's like, well, this might fuck with our electricity because we're getting so close to the storm, but we need to communicate with them, so we'll get to this level and see if we can communicate with them.
Yeah.
And shit like that. And then like when they get to the point where it's like, well, we're gonna use the barge as like a way to get to pick them up, like he's actually working out like, okay, how do we make this work? And they're actually going through the schematics of trying to make that work.
Yeah.
Like it actually makes it seem like he's actually plotting ways to actually make this mission work to actually save these people.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas everyone else is like, let's go to the planet without wearing fucking suits and like
put our faces over things.
Yeah, put our faces over things and take creepy robots' words for it when we put our heads over eggs that are opening.
Yeah. God, Billy Crudup. Anyway, now that we didn't necessarily like the movie so much, but there is a different opinion out there, and I'm going to read that right now. I saw the movie with Ghost Hunter Dave.
Yeah.
He's got a different opinion, and I'm going to read it as he wrote it to me.
Okay.
So strap in. While Alien Covenant was not perfect, it's provided a lot of interesting ideas to ponder, making this prequel series a much more philosophical sci-fi exploration than the disposable run-of-the-mill action horror dreck that the Aliens franchise has previously been reduced to. I think the journey of David from creation to creator is engrossing and easily the highlight of the movie, so much that it's overshadowed all the xenomorphs themselves, which seemed like more of a lip service to fans than a compelling antagonist against a group of an interchangeable scientists. Okay. The theme of the creations questioning the creators and ultimate compulsion to breed creations of their own is an idea I've never expected from the Aliens franchise, but I'm glad we got in the place of another battle with a predator or some shit like that. Even though it's maddeningly puzzling at times, it's not forgettable, and I enjoyed watching all the pieces begin to fit together, even if the final jigsaw puzzle has yet to be completed. Also, scientists need to stop sticking their heads over top of small but threatening looking monsters. So, a lot of what he said is exactly what we said, but
also, GHD is highlighting what could very well be a combined maybe 10 minutes of this film.
Yeah, like and he's more, I guess, he's being definitely more forgiving of the movie, which, and I think they shouldn't be, because they already set a standard of greatness, and now they're just pandering to like an action crowd that's like maybe never seen the original Alien.
Yeah,
and because I've seen it in the last 2 weeks. Like, if they don't ever hit that bar again, like, okay, I'm just going to go out on a limb. Like, the Aliens franchise also is not for me. Like, I like Alien, and watching Aliens, I already saw a departure of what I already liked. And so, like, every film after that gets progressively worse. And I think, like, in the order that they came out is the digression order of which they are.
It is, yeah, I would say that, yeah.
Minus the Alien versus Predator films, like those don't count.
Yeah,
but I can't get into it. Like, I liked Alien. Aliens is okay, but like otherwise, I just don't give a shit. Like, every movie just muddies the water a little bit more of what the pathology of these creatures should be, and they're trying to like make them these big, like, grandiose idea, which I liked it more as just like a scared, backed into a corner animal.
Yeah.
That was like a strength, I thought, of Alien, which none of the other ones have. Like, I like the idea of having a queen, like it was introduced in Aliens.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I liked the version it was in Alien.
Yeah. Like, the fact they're trying to make this creature so iconic, where the fact that you think of it as just like a regular run-of-the-mill animal in space makes it even more interesting.
Right.
Like, you think of how big space is, and this is just like, this is like the equivalent of like being locked in a cage with a tiger.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But now they're trying to like build all this fucking mythology and all this fucking weird history behind them, where you're like, I don't care. I don't need to know the genealogy of a tiger for me to know that I'm fucking scared of it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's perfectly put. Yeah, so what would you give Alien Covenant?
Fucking F. This is bullshit. I fucking hated it. Even the David stuff, sure, that's interesting, but I've seen characters of the God complex way more interesting than David. Especially with the idea of, like, a creation trying to be the creator.
Yeah.
Even Dr. Manhattan is a way cooler character than fucking David is.
Yeah. I would give it a D+. There are parts of it that, like, I liked that like the David stuff that I want to see more of. But that's about it. Like,
yeah.
I find that compelling. Like, a D+ isn't a great score.
Yeah.
But, like, there's some parts that I thought worked in this movie, and I think the David parts are about it. So I'm giving it a D+.
And even with the David parts, okay, sure, they're interesting. Yeah, sure, I wouldn't mind seeing how that plays out. But if I have to sit through this fucking movie again to see how that plays out,
yeah,
like another movie like this to see how that plays out, then fuck this. I'm done.
Yeah. If another one of these comes out, I'm not gonna go see it in the theater. I'm not gonna go rush to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll catch it maybe if it comes out like and I'm like on DVD or whatever. I'll rent it. But yeah, Alien Covenant. If you're a huge fan of the franchise, I think you're going to be let down.
Like,
if you're a casual fan, maybe you'll like it. I don't know.
I've heard, like, reviews where they, like, praise, like, the action in this. And even the action, everything felt so rushed. Like, they wanted to get to something else every time. Like, they introduced, like, a scene where, like, there could be, like the possibility of suspense. The scene would go by so fast where, like, I never felt on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, boom, 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 boom. Oh, now they're in another area. And you're like, I don't even... Like, what little suspense I had was just, like, extinguished by, like, we need to move this other scene, so let's hurry it up real fast.
Yeah, the shit you saw from the trailer where the alien's trying to bust through that, like, ship with its head or whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't last long.
No, and, like, that's, like, the most... Like,
there
the
was, like,
biggest action set piece.
There was like a scene where, like, the backburster alien, they were like in, like, this field of tall grass, and they were, like, seeing, like, grass rustle, and they'd, like, rush past them. But that lasted like, what, like, maybe a minute? Like, that was like, it, like, fucking attacked somebody and killed them, and then they, like, tried firing at it, and then, like, David comes in and saves them, and that's it. And you're like, they could have milked so much more suspense out of that one scene if they just would have given it some fucking time.
Yeah.
But, like, the person making this has fucking ADD or some shit because they're just like, oh, cool, let's end it right now. Let's do this other thing right now. Like, just have some fucking patience. Even, like, that dumb shower scene where there's an alien in there and, like, those two people are having a shower, like, that doesn't even last long at all either. It's like, Tail comes in, kills dude, kills chick. Like, that's supposed to be, like, your horror scene. Like, that's supposed to be what builds the suspense that, like, you're rooting for one of these two to get away, and you could not wait to fucking kill them.
Right.
Like, so what are you fucking doing?
Yeah.
Why'd you even have that scene?
Because the like, all the xenomorph stuff at the end of this movie just seemed like crammed in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, just to appease the Alien fans, to make it an Alien movie. And if they would just continued with, I don't know, something else, like maybe the David stuff to just flesh that out more, and maybe not have shown, like, him just, like, totally extinguishing, like, the whole engineers, and just, like, expand on, like, the movie more, and just, like, I don't know. I'm just speculating. It doesn't matter.
And the things they do for suspense in here sometimes are borderline comical. Like, how many people slipped in that one dude's blood? Like, I'm pretty sure he's, like, half soap. Because every time someone got into a room, whoops! Oh, shit, I slipped!
You know what I wanted to know more of, too? Like, those white neomorphs, or whatever they're called. Or protomorphs, or whatever. The white aliens. Like, you don't get to know much about them at all, but it looks like... I don't, like... What I read on a wiki is what I had to get from this, is, like, they're a primitive version of a xenomorph.
I don't fucking
But I'm like,
care.
it looks like it was trying to stand in front of somebody to get to know, like communicate with them. And then
was that with David?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I don't know, they play up something where, like, David has a connection with them, but they don't go enough into that for me to even be interested, because they just like,
they
everything
gun 'em
else,
down.
like, everything else in this, they they fast track everything. Like they want to fit so much into this one movie that even though it's like almost 2 hours long, I felt like I didn't get a fucking thing out of this.
This was actually the first movie in a long time I actually got up and went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I did not get a fucking thing out of this at all. Even what's supposed to be the cool David stuff, I didn't get a fucking thing out of that because whatever interest I was getting into it, they would legit cut to another scene where something else was happening where I just lost interest. Like, oh, okay, well, I guess there's something else important happening, which wasn't.
Yeah.
There's nothing else important in this.
Yeah. And this movie ends just like every Alien movie where they
shoot into fucking space.
They suck the alien out into space. So
it's fucking dumb. It's a fucking shitty movie.
Well, Ridley Scott's gonna make like 4 more of these before he dies. So.
And Molly was reading that the next one is supposed to be a prequel to this, where you follow David and Shaw.
What the fuck? Because they already kind of showed that in like some weird web exclusive thing where like it's like in between the movies where like Shaw like puts David back together.
Yeah.
David kills her, and then like in Alien Covenant you see that he douses the freaking planet in black goo.
I guess the next one is supposed to be called Awakening, where it's Shaw and David on the ship together, and then you see like the slow transformation of David from like caring for Shaw to like
too fucking late.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's too late.
If you wanted to make that movie, you should have made this now, not this fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Where you have to crowbar in dumb fucking aliens that look like shit. This CG looks like shit.
That's what I said when the first trailer came out. They just look like weird, glossy, not like yet finished.
Yeah. I don't try and judge shit on like trailers because sometimes they don't render them completely when they put the trailers out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they look like dog shit. Everything even the bleeding in this looks fake as fuck. Everything looks dumb, fake, shitty. I fucking hate this movie.
All right, well, there you go. Alien Covenant. Go see it if you want. I would.
Don't see it. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, it's not good. Hey, thanks for listening. If you want to join us on social media, do so at Review Pod on Twitter. If you happen to be a Facebooker, do that Review Pod on Facebook. You can find us at our host site at reviewreviewpod.podbean.com, but you don't have to listen to just there. We are also on a multitude of platforms such as Google Podcasts, Alexa devices, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts. If you happen to be an Apple user, rate and review us there, because if you like the show, that helps other people find the show as well. If you want to write in, do so at reviewreviewpod@gmail.com. Thanks for listening again. We'll see you next time.
And we're off.